Well, as we all try to keep our homes cool, Arizona's largest utility warns that we could hit a new record peak for energy use this summer. But 12 News journalist Joe Dana explains why the biggest culprit for higher demand in recent years actually is not households. He joins us live in studio with more. Joe?
In fact, APS reports households used 5% less energy last year than they did 3 years before that. Energy efficiency programs, better home appliances, and solar, some of the reasons home energy use is going down. But a massive energy sapping industry is growing in our state, and they're getting much better deals on their power. We're talking about data centers, giant warehouses that store computers connected to the internet. Google and Microsoft are both building new data centers or adding to existing ones in the valley, and Arizona is a top destination for tech companies to build new data centers.
Because land is cheap in Arizona, relatively speaking, and because we have a stable climate, we're not going to have tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes. We are a desirable location for data centers, and we are getting more and more of them. And it's going to be putting a strain on our power grid, and it is going to increase rates on average everyday folks.
The state has over 70 right now. State regulators say the higher rates you may pay on your home electricity bills, though, are not related to demand created by new data centers. Rather, they say the burden of the cost to create new power generation for data centers falls on the companies building those data centers. Utilities like APS negotiate purchase agreements with tech companies. But critics say it's just impossible to separate the two, and that data centers do lead to higher rates for everyone.
That is really troubling to think that, it's going to fall on a lot of the consumers. So what are benefits, though, of data centers?
Well, they do provide construction jobs, some long-term tech jobs, and one could argue the AI revolution relies on these for everyone's benefit. But it's a question of at what cost. And coming up at 6, we'll take a closer look at just how much these data centers are eating into Arizona's power grid and why they pose other concerns related to fossil fuels and water use.
All right, Joe, looking forward to that. Thank you for your report.